All right, we got Tiger Woods here at the Masters. I think this was 2021, 2022-ish. After his car wreck surgery. So this swing here and the very current one he has now are very similar. The 2023 swing is shorter, but for the most part very similar. And let's see how age and surgeries and bad feet and back has changed his swing. It's interesting. Let's get into impact real quick. Now, if we can stop the button, there we go. Let's try backing up here a bit. Tiger, there we go. Good. All right, now this is telling. You know, it's funny. He's still interesting, I should say. He still has a lot of downward spinal compression. He had a ton of that when he was younger. But what he also had when he was younger was a tremendous amount of hip turn through impact. As such, his right heel would be off the ground. That's where he got his speed from. His lower body would clear, and his upper body would try to catch up through impact. Hit a long ways, obviously, but as he got older, into the mid-2000s, he was chasing accuracy more than anything off the tee, and he couldn't find it. And it's kind of a shame, because if he had this swing now, back in 2005 to 2010, he would have been a really good driver of the ball off the tee. Because if you look at his impact position, it's very telling here. His right heel's on the ground, mainly because he ruined it now in the last year and a half. But when you have a person of this caliber with the right heel on the ground through impact, very passive lower body, you're going to have someone who hits the ball very predictable, in my opinion. The path's going to be good. The face is going to be stable. And that's all stuff he didn't really have when he was younger, because his hips were flying around at 1,000,000 miles an hour and whatnot. Also, his lower back here, everything in this swing now is to protect, excuse me, his back and feet or ankle or whatever it may be in his lower leg there that's bothering him. And anytime you want to protect that lower back, you have to have some kind of extension through impact. It's almost a must. And you can see right here, I'm going to get him back to impact, what he does. Now let's get some of these lines out of the way so we can see. I'm going to, right here now, as you can see, his legs are a lot quieter, obviously. And his spine is a lot more here. When he was younger, it was more this way. But again, that's to protect his back. And of course, his leg drive is almost nil now, because it has to be. And just interesting. If he had that move back in 2005, 2010, I think he would have found that success off the tee that he was looking for. And I think you would see it now if he could play a normal season, which obviously he can't. He can only play so many rounds a year or whatnot, and he can't practice like he used to. But this swing right now he has, even the one in 2023 more so, in my opinion, is really conducive for better tee shots and accuracy off the tee. But again, unfortunately, he just can't practice the way he used to, or maybe he doesn't have the desire. Here, one last thing it's really telling too is his finish position. Look how vertical he is right here. Number one, when he was younger, he used to have about that much bend at the finish of his swing. And again, this is all to protect his back and a little more extension. But in any event, if he could play 10, 12 rounds a year or tournaments a year, I think he'd win. I think he'd win more than once. But I just don't think that's possible for him to play that much, unfortunately. But we had him for a good 10, 15 years out there, so it was fun to watch him. Who knows? Maybe he'll rise again.